There was a lot of buzz yesterday with the transfer portal, specifically around Alabama. Like, folks saw what was going on in Alabama and saw that they had close to double-digit guys. And again, it might now be double-digit guys in the transfer portal from Tuscaloosa. And there was sort of, I think, this knee-jerk reaction of assuming something was wrong in Tuscaloosa. Because that's kind of what we've started to, I think, believe whenever we see a large number of portal entries all at once from one school. We assume, okay, A, guys are getting cut, or B, there's massive dysfunction. Something's got to be going on. We got to take a deeper look. Is there dysfunction? Is there, internal issues with the staff and the locker room? Are the NIL checks bouncing? That's one that people like to throw out there a lot. Did Nick Saban tell them something? Did he leak that he's going to retire and now guys are starting to hit the portal before he announces it? I think there's more to this than what meets the eye. So we'll break it down right now. Make sure you're subscribed right here to the On3 YouTube channel. Talking ball every single day. That includes the transfer portal. So topics like this, we tackle every single day. If you're watching this as a one-off video, it's from our live show. So make sure to dot in for the live shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern. We appreciate y'all in advance for being locked in. So here's what's happening right now when it comes to the transfer portal in Alabama. The transfer portal window is different for a team like Alabama because it's much shorter. Like, if you played in a New Year's Six Bowl or in the college football playoff, you had less than a week to get your name in there. So by nature of Alabama's season ending, you're seeing guys who maybe had already decided even during the season they were going to transfer, make it official, and enter into the portal. So just because it's happening all at once doesn't necessarily mean that there's this massive problem internally. You're just seeing guys that now have the green light to transfer, and they're going to go ahead and take advantage of it because, again, that window is very, very small. They don't have 2 weeks to mull it over and think about it. They got like less than 1 week. So that's what you're seeing happening. The other part of this is Alabama is having their exit meetings right now. And so for those of y'all that aren't familiar with what an exit meeting is, essentially at the end of the season, nearly every team in college football will sit down one-on-one, coach and player. Usually it's position coach. It could be head coach, but I think most schools do it by position. And you sit down and you basically get a year in review, kind of a report card, and say, hey, here's what you did well. Here's what you can work on. And now the extra element here, and the reason why you're seeing guys hit the portal, is you're getting told where you stand in relation to the plans with this staff moving forward. So a lot of these guys, I have to imagine, are being told transparently, hey, here's where we see you on the depth chart, unless something drastic changes. We see you as a 2, we see you as a 3, we see you a practice squad guy, whatever, and they're making a decision based on that. And so the reason why I think you're seeing more eyebrows raised here is because the guys that are on the roster at Alabama, they're not just your run-of-the-mill 2 or 3-star guy. Like, these are household names during their respective recruitive cycles that you knew about. Like, you knew who Eli Holstein was in that 2023 class, 4-star kind of quarterback. He's hitting the portal. You knew who Malik Benson was. He was one of the top, I think he was the top player out of junior college when he got to Alabama. Like, they're not just dudes that, you didn't know about, and so when they hit the portal, it doesn't really, have the senses go off too much. No, these are big-time dudes. And so that's why there's a little bit more, I think, noise around Alabama, because the brand of Alabama, 1, but 2, just the nature of a backup on Alabama's roster is different than anywhere else in the country. So you're seeing a little bit more headlines there. Now, I would also say this, too. Alabama, like everyone else in America, has a scholarship limit of 85. And so I don't think this is a thing where you're having just it be quite as cut and dry as guys being cut from the team. But I do think it's like, hey, quite honestly, here's where we see you on our team. Here's where we see you on our depth chart. And it's a benefit for Alabama because they're like, hey, we got to make sure you know where you stand with us. So if you want to hit the portal, 1, that helps you and it helps us in the sense of our scholarship count. It helps us know what we can and can't do when it comes to adding guys via the portal, when it comes to, future recruiting efforts like that. That's kind of, I think, where Alabama is right now. And so being transparent is mandatory, not just at Alabama, but across the college football landscape right now. Like, I think at this point in time, the leverage of players is such that you now cannot, string a kid along and say, yeah, we think you're at this point on our depth chart. We'll see where we are in the spring. And then before you know it, the kid's missed his window to transfer. Like, Alabama needs to make sure they have the right space to bring on who they want to bring on. So this is not dysfunction. This is just roster management. This is the transfer portal calendar doing what it does. And, it's quite honestly, again, I think just transparent conversations from coach to player. So more power to Alabama. There's not dysfunction. There's not real issues. It's just a sped up shot clock for guys to have to transfer if they're going to transfer. And that's what you're seeing happen here. Seth McLaughlin, the starting center for Alabama, also in the portal. And per Pete Nagos, it sounds like Ohio State could be in the mix there. So keep an eye on them. But yeah, you're just having transparent conversations. And that's why you're seeing what's happening. And you're hearing about it because it's guys that you know. So that's kind of what's going on in Alabama. No major issues. Saban's not retiring. In fact, Terry Arnold says he's going to coach till he's deceased. So Saban's a robot, just like we all thought. And this is a new partner here to the program, and that is the good folks over at Axia. And let me just show y'all this. Axia Time, they sent us a watch for the college football playoff. I'm going to get to this actual read here in a second, but y'all, look at this. Overnighted this to us. We're going to wear it at the game, man. Like, I've never owned something so nice. I don't know if y'all can see here on the YouTube feed, but like, look at that. Got the 2024 college football playoff logo on there. Got some sick piece there as a whole. Like, I hesitate to say what that's made of because it's actually awesome, and I don't want to undersell it to y'all. But overall, man, like, they took care of us. Axia, great people. We appreciate them for that. Absolutely massive. So here's the deal. Really excited to announce a new sponsor, Axia Time. Probably the best kept secret in college football championships. Axia Time makes heirloom quality Swiss-made automatic timepieces. I'm talking about a watch with substance, and here's the cool part. Axia Time made designs featuring each of the 4 teams in the 2024 college football playoff. I got mine this week, and it's probably one of the nicest things that I own. I just showed y'all. The quality, design, and attention to detail are unreal. Now, these watches aren't like other commemorative watches. These are premium watches without the premium price. So if you're a watch person, when you see the specs on these watches, you'll get just how great a deal Axia Time watches are. If you don't know a lot about Swiss-made automatic watches, trust me, do your research. This is a great deal. I was one of those individuals that had to do my research. It is, in fact, a great deal. So check out the officially licensed designs at axiatime.com. That's AXIA time.com. And for my listeners now, only use code JD100 and get $100 off any full-priced watch. Again, visit axiatime.com, Axia Time watches that tell so much more than just time. We'll pull this out one more time because I think this is just sick. Again, you got the logo on there. You got the logo on the back of this thing. So we appreciate Axia, again, a new sponsor of the show. They do tremendous work, tremendous people over there, and send it to us in this sweet box, too. I'm going to show you all that, too, because it's just phenomenal. So shout out Axia. Big fans of what they do, and appreciate them supporting the show and supporting all of us here by giving us that code JD100. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.